Welcome back to the iPickle podcast. We've just come off an absolute massive weekend at the PPA Melbourne Cup. Stacked draws, wild upsets, breakout performances, and some serious reshuffling of the Aussie pickleball landscape. Before we get into it, a quick shout out to our major sponsor, Pickleball Superstore. Legends of the community and huge supporters of what we're building here. If you need paddles, gear, or anything pickleball, hit them up. All right, today's episode is all about the PPA Melbourne Pickleball Cup recap. We're diving straight into our favorite segment, iPickle Hits and Misses, where we go through the medal winners and in every category and see exactly where our predictions landed and where we were absolutely cooked. Then we'll break down the biggest upset of the weekend, the game of the weekend, and the players who genuinely showed out. And of course, we'll wrap it up with a full fantasy breakdown, including those who carried lineups and those who ruined them. Massive weekend, big storylines, a lot to get through. So let's jump straight into it. Let's start with the PPA Melbourne Cup's Pro Men's Doubles. I think heading into the event, this was our iPickle prediction. Gold, we had Wall and Wild. Silver, we had Wong and Kim. Bronze, we had Laville and Farias. And then we had Hargreaves and Taylor as our dark horse. Sumi, how did it actually pan out?
It didn't really pan out great for us because we got all three wrong.
We got all three wrong. We got no one in their right place, did we?
Exactly. But at least it's the same medal winners.
So we picked all three medal winners. We just had it mixed up.
Yes. So we have for bronze, which was our favorites to win the tournament, George and Joey Wild.
Yep.
And surprise, who took them out?
The silver medalists. They took him out, eh?
Yes. Louis, Laville, and Jose Farias.
Yep.
Joey Farias. And then you got the gold. We knew they could do it. Like it was 50-50 for us but we wanted to go with Aussie boys.
Yes, we did.
So, Jack Wong and Kim with the gold.
Yeah. Well, I think going in, we thought these two teams, Wall and Wild and Kim and Wong, were on a collision course. I think that's the terminology we used. They were on a collision course to the gold medal match. And then Louis Laville and Jose Farias, they must have got caught wind of what we said and said, hold up here. We've got something to say about it. But yeah, that was definitely a key game, that semi-final between Farias, Laville and Wall and Wild that we'll get into a little bit later in the pod. But Sumi, not all doom and gloom. It's not bad that we picked all three medal winners. Maybe next time we'll get it right.
Yes. We can't go wrong with George and Joey, right? We cannot. Like if you're picking them as gold winners in any Australian tournaments, we'll get 70-80% of the time, right?
Yeah, we can't win it all the time, right?
Yes. How many tournaments George and Joey has lost? Like has not got a gold?
Yeah.
It would be pretty rare.
Yeah. I think their success dates all the way back to last year. And do you remember in Vietnam how they were running really hot? Yes. I think this is when, there was a stage where Mitch was playing a lot with Joey. And then I think last year was the year where they really formed a partnership. But they were beating teams like Amman and Harsh.
Yes.
Who were the hottest team in Asia.
That's true.
And then they went on to beat two Hall of Famers, Wes Gabrielson and Yates.
Carl Yates.
Yeah, so you know what? I don't feel bad about our prediction. We're probably going to pick them. We're probably going to pick them for gold at the next comp too.
Yes.
Sumi, should we get into men's singles?
Yes, men's singles.
This is an event where we didn't do as well. Heading into the tournament, Sumi, you had Jack Wong taking gold. I had Wong Nam Lee. You then had Wong Nam Lee taking silver. I had Jack Wong taking silver. And we both had Harrison Brown taking bronze with Hin Trong as our dark horse pick. Sumi, how did that pan out on the weekend, the men's pro singles?
Not great at all. And one mention, Harrison Brown, 11-0, 11-0. What are you doing, bro? Like,
who was that against, Sumi?
Who was that against? I think it was against one of the Vietnamese boys.
I think it was a tough match. Well, if you lose 11-0 or 11-0, you'd hope that person would go on and win a medal, and they did.
Yeah, they did, but not the gold.
Yeah, that's true too.
So it tells us where our singles levels in Australia right now. You think so? All three winners not from Australia.
All from Asia. Yeah.
All from Asia.
Yeah. Well, just on that, Sumi, who were the medal winners for the pro men's singles?
So gold, we've got Hien Trong, Vietnamese.
Yeah,
Hong Nam Lee.
He was the dark horse pick that we tried to say Trong. Yep.
And then you've got Hong Nam Lee, Vietnamese as well. And then you've got Jimmy Long, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, he took bronze?
He took bronze, and he was the one to beat Harrison Brown 11-0, 11-0.
Yeah.
I did see a bit of that game, and there was a lot of wind, but still,
Yeah.
like from our top, I would say top 3 singles player of Australia.
Yeah, he's definitely top 30.
Yes. Like for us, yeah, we thought he could be a dark horse as well and go and win it.
Yeah. Sumi, should we move on to the pro women's doubles? So heading into the weekend, you and I, we didn't see eye to eye with the gold medal match, or who was winning the gold medal match. I had Skulman and Townsend beating Yufei and Andy in the final. Sumi actually had the same gold medal match, but had Andy and Yufei winning. And we had Rose and Selena as our bronze medalists, with Sarah Dennehy and Sarah Burr as our dark horse. Sumi, how did the pro women's doubles pan out on the weekend?
You were right, your prediction, Nicola and Danny taking gold.
As always.
And then we had silver for Rose and Selena, who we thought would get a bronze.
Yeah.
They did well. And then we had Andy and Yufei getting bronze, who I thought will take Nicola and Danny on and win the gold.
So again, Sumi, I can see a sort of common pattern where we've chosen all the correct medal winners. We've just mixed it up, haven't we?
Yes. But yeah, all our 3 medal winners were spot on.
Yeah.
And between these 3 teams, for sure, Nicola and Danny looked strongest. And they are actually the strongest team right now in women's doubles in Australia.
Yeah. And like we said, going into the weekend, benefit of the doubt normally goes to the team that beat Anna Bright. Yeah, and the final was actually quite close on the scoreboard. I think it went to the 3rd for the gold medal match, and Danny and Nicola pulled it out 11-9.
Yes, they were in the 3rd set. They were down, I think 8-4, 8-5, something like that. So it's a pretty good win for them. But still, watching that game, they look comfortable.
Yeah. Well, just on a side note, Sumi, that's a closer score than when Danny and Nicola played Rose and Anna Bright.
Yes, it is. So it just talks about the standard of it in Australia right now.
Yeah, the only difference was Selena played instead of Anna Bright. Does that mean Selena is better than Anna Bright?
Yeah, Selena is better than Anna Bright.
Let's go. Clip it.
Well, we did talk about that. We didn't know where Selena's level at because we haven't seen her play much tournaments lately. So she coming out, getting that silver and almost getting gold. Very tight game. So obviously her levels.
Yeah.
So I think the Australian women's doubles, they can actually play MLP States.
I actually think we can mix it with the best in the world. Yeah.
Yes, for women's
doubles.
Even singles.
You reckon?
Yes, even singles. We saw Sommer performing against Caitlin Christian, who's getting silvers in US, and we saw the level there. She was there.
That's a good shit.
So even our women's singles.
Yeah. Because she breezed through Jessie Irvine.
Yes.
Well, he's not necessarily known for his singles, but still a big name.
Yeah, but in last 1 year, even Jessie Irvine won a singles gold.
True.
Annalie Waters wasn't playing that tournament,
crazy.
and she has obviously her level is not the same as other ladies, but even she's had a gold in last year.
So pretty much all I'm hearing is that she should just give that gold medal to Summer.
Yeah. No, but
No, definitely. I definitely agree. In terms of our female players, pickleball players here in Australia, they're right up there with some of the best in the world. I think even Zane, a couple of months back when he was in Asia, posted something to the effect of Danny is a top 15 female player, doubles player in the world.
Yes.
And I think
I agree with that.
I think if we saw her go over to America and play in the PPA and all those comps, we'd see just how highly ranked she'd be.
Yes. Now, our top 6 women right now, singles or women's doubles, all 6 women could easily play MLP in States in any of the MLP teams.
Clip that, straight up, clip that. And Sumi, just while we talk about how competitive our female Australian pickleball players are, You've noticed how, like, a lot of them have upped their games in the different events that I don't want to say struggled in, but when they're strong in. Like, you look at Danny, and we'll get into the game a little bit later because it was our match of the weekend, but she played a hectic semi-final against a very well-known singles player. If Danny becomes like a real gold medal threat at every comp, she'll then be a triple crown threat at every competition she goes to.
Yes.
Which is crazy to think. She's really upped her game, her singles game this year.
Yes. Yeah. Let's talk about our singles prediction.
Yeah, let's talk about our singles predictions. So,
yeah.
for women's singles going into the weekend, this is how we had it. Or this is how I had it. Because Sumi actually had it spot on. I had Andy gold, Rose silver, and Sarah bronze with Yu Fei Long as a dark horse. Sumi had it spot on. He had Sarah taking gold, Rose taking silver, and then Andy D taking bronze.
Yep. So yeah, that was the result. Sarah, she got the gold.
Yeah.
Rose silver and Andy bronze.
Is this like the stage where is this the part of the pod where you say like I told you so?
Told you. No, it's just like I've been watching a lot of tournaments in Asia of these girls, like and I could see Sarah's level.
Yeah.
And I could see, like, I can say this, like, yeah, I think she's gonna keep winning golds in future, like for next at least year until we have another new player coming in.
Yeah, I think it's a fair shout. I think that was probably one of the key matchups we wanted to see on the weekend. It was Sarah versus Andy, because that was actually a really good game. Like it finished in 2 games or 2 sets, however you want to call it. But that first game or first set I watched and like, I think it was 14-12 to Sarah. But it was one of those games where like I felt like whoever won that first game or set was going to win the match.
Yeah.
And Andy could have won that too. I feel like if Andy would have won that, maybe the result would have been different.
Yes.
I don't want to speculate like that, but that's the way it felt. Like whoever wins this set will take the match. And Sarah ultimately went and got it done. So you're saying that she'll be the winner sort of moving forward?
Yes.
I don't think that's a hot take, but I'd like to see another comp. I'd love to see them run it back.
Yeah.
I'd wish they'd run it back next weekend.
Yes. No, I'm like, yeah, for me, Sarah keeps winning gold at least for next 3 tournaments if the same ladies are involved.
Yeah. That's a fair shout.
But Andy, she's won last few golds
I think
going into this
I
tournament.
think she had won the last 3 or 4.
Yes. And it could have been her, but the way I see Sahara improving her game,
Yeah.
I just see there's like more potential. I could see her like at the level she's playing and she's getting goals, and I can still see a lot more potential, a lot of improvement she could make, which she would. I think she's been drilling a lot and playing a lot of pickleball, so I think she keeps winning goals.
I think that's a good shout. What I would say is I think this also makes Andy a better player too.
Yes, because
yeah.
she was chasing singles goals.
Yeah.
We had Sommer winning before.
Yeah.
She was getting all the silvers.
Yep.
And she made it to the golds, and she's been getting gold. So I think because of Sahara getting to gold now, it's gonna motivate Andy to keep getting better more. So it's sort of good for like singles pickleball in Australia for ladies. Everyone's level's gonna
Pickleball's going to win.
Yes.
Pickleball's going to win. And yeah, I definitely agree. So I would honestly look out for the next comp where you see these 2 ladies' names down, Andy and Sarah. Whether the comp's here in Australia or overseas, you'll want to watch it because it's going to be a hectic matchup. Sumi, let's dive into mixed doubles. Going into the weekend, we had Townsend and Wild winning gold. For silver, we had Dennehy and Wall. For bronze, we had Schoolman and Hargreaves. And our dark horse pick was Saunders and Farias, and also Wong and Dagmar. How did it pan out on the weekend, Sumi?
We had a gold ride.
We got Townsend and Wild correct?
Yep. And George did it again because George and Sarah, they got bronze, which we thought would get silver. And Nicola and Mitch got silver, which we thought would get bronze.
Yeah.
But I said George did it again, means even same in the men's doubles. We thought he would take gold or get into the finals, but
yeah. Because that was a pretty solid match as well.
Yes.
Mitch and Nicola versus Sarah and George. That was a semi-final.
Talking about George now, maybe do you think because 35K online, there was pressure on him like we don't see George Wall getting bronze.
That's true.
I've rarely seen George winning bronze
Yeah.
in Australia. Any tournament he's played,
It's gold or silver.
it's gold or silver. Like
Gold, silver,
yeah.
or withdrew from singles.
Yes, or withdrawal.
Yeah.
So I think this is the first time he might have the only 2 bronze medals.
This might be one of the first comps where he's taken 2 bronze.
Bronze, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Well, Sumi, I personally, I'm not George Wall.
Yeah.
But if I was playing for 35K, I'd probably feel a little bit shaky.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would be natural.
Yeah, 35K. That's a
Yeah.
fat.
It's a fat bag, eh?
Yeah. That's a bag when you take it and you just,
Yeah.
maybe you take a break from pickle for a few years.
Well, he went out and got it done, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would say congratulations to George Wall
Huge
getting married.
congratulations. Oh, yeah. That's probably even bigger news than the 35K.
Yes, no, he needed the honeymoon package, so the 35K is sorted.
Ah, that's awesome. Sumi, is there anything else you wanted to cover in our iPickle hit and misses? Were there any games where you thought, yep, we really picked that one right?
I think our women's singles was solid. Both of us, we both knew that whoever wins that semi-finals
was gonna win gold.
Sarah was going to win the gold.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good. Even our men's doubles, we picked all the correct medal winners. I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, I think we did really well. Sumi will...
Except men's singles.
Yeah, apart from that. But we'll be better. Don't worry, we'll be better. Sumi, let's segue into, I guess, the shock factor, or our biggest upset of the weekend. We actually put a feeler out on Instagram to see who you thought was the biggest upset of the weekend, or which game was the biggest upset of the weekend. And we agree with you. Sumi, do you want to take us through it?
Joey and Louis beating George and Joey Wild.
Yeah. That was that semi-final match in men's pro doubles.
We are just calling it a biggest upset, but at the same time, we are talking about Joey Farias, who is number 2 in the world after Ben Jones. Or he's been the top player in the world. So we shouldn't be calling it an upset.
No.
We always knew Joey Farias, when he's on, he beats anyone.
Yeah. Definitely agree with you there. And obviously, Louis LaVille is also a gun as well.
Yes.
But when we look at everyone's brackets and even, not brackets, so when we look at everyone's fantasy teams, they all featured Wall and Wild because we just thought they were a lock.
Yeah.
But what a game it was and what a great upset it was.
Yeah. What do you think? What is it like? Why do you think what happened, George and Joey?
I don't know. Maybe it's to do with Joey and George, or maybe it's to do with just how good Joey Farias or Jose Farias and Louis LaVille were.
Yes.
Probably just want to maybe focus a little bit more on them and then give them the credit because it definitely is a big win.
Yes. I think, Joey Farias and Louis LaVille both have better hands.
Yeah? You reckon that's what
Just
it was?
the hands.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. If you've got better hands, you can get away
With a little bit
with
more.
a lot.
Yeah. It's a good shout. Sumi, what were some of the other upsets we saw on the weekend?
So Jack Wong, which we thought, both of us thought would win a gold, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And he actually didn't even end up winning bronze
No, he didn't, did he?
So-
When did he get knocked out of the main draw?
in quarterfinals against Ian Trong.
Yeah, that's the person who went on to win gold, hey?
That's fair enough. He won the
Yeah.
gold, but then he goes into a backdraw and loses the game. So that's sort of an upset because he loses against Marco Leon.
Yeah. He lost 14-16, hey?
Wow, close game.
Close game.
He must be tired. Like it's a grind.
Maybe.
Singles is grind. Yeah.
Yeah, but those are definitely some of the key upsets from the weekend. It might add as well, Sumi. Melbourne seems to be the place for upsets. I think if we go back to last year's PPA in Melbourne, there are a couple of big upsets.
Yeah.
I think of the pro men's singles last year, where Tom Evans played in the final against Jason Taylor. And Jason Taylor, who just came back from injury, went and got it done.
Yes.
And then even pro women's doubles last year, I had someone earmarked. I think it may have been Jamie Way and Liz Trollock from memory. Don't quote me on that one. I thought they were a lock to play in the gold medal match. They lost in something like the round of 16 or something like that against Sarah Burr and Michaela Hyatt, who just stormed through the draw and ended up taking gold.
Yeah.
Is Melbourne just a place of upsets?
I think it's the weather.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the conditions. All the players, I think we're talking about the upsets. They play in hot conditions, or Queensland summer, or, and you go to Melbourne, it's cold, the balls are hard, the gameplay changes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a different weather. A lot of Asian players have pretty similar conditions to us in Queensland.
Yeah. And then even I think Sumi, the event started outdoor. Some days it was pretty windy, but then I think due to multiple rain delays, they ended up moving indoor to an indoor facility to play those medal matches.
Yeah, some of the medals matches were played indoor. That's true.
I know some people may not think it's a big deal, but it's definitely an adjustment, hey Sumi.
Yes, but end of the day, all these pro players, they're pro for a reason.
That's true.
These things shouldn't affect them as much as any rec players.
Yep.
Right.
Definitely. Sumi, let's get into the match of Melbourne. Our title for the game of the weekend.
Game of the weekend.
Yep.
It has to be Danny versus Rose, the semi-final.
The single semi-final?
Yes, the singles semi-final, and we have to talk about Danny's improvement in singles.
Yeah. I think her improvement goes, like the results-wise, like you could see she's been trending really well in pro women's singles. She did really well against Andy at Redcliffe. Like I think she just lost that match, but you could see huge improvement. You could tell that she was due for a big result. Almost got there.
Yeah, almost got there.
Yeah, well, she took the first game, 11-8. The second, what a grind that was. She ended up losing that one 12-14.
And she had match points?
I believe she had match points. And then
so she could have been a silver medalist at least if she won that game.
She could have won gold.
Yes, I'm saying like Danny, she just keeps improving in all three categories.
Yes.
We know she's the best player, best gender doubles.
Yep. She's the best doubles player.
She's the best doubles player, mixed gender doubles, and now she's in the talks for singles as well.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then Rose iced it in the third, winning that 11-8. Encourage you to go back and watch the stream. It was a heck of a game. Really entertaining. Awesome match to watch. Sumi, let's put the spotlight on some players who performed really well. Who stood out for you?
I think Sahara Denny.
Yeah. Taking that PPA gold in singles and then bronze with Georgian mixed.
Yes, and yep, she's looking good.
Yeah. She's brought her form back from Asia, hasn't she?
Yes. And I think, we have to watch out for her. If someone's who is, I think, is closer to Danny right now in all three categories, when we're talking about all three, because Danny has catch up.
Yeah.
For say in singles.
Yep.
And Sarah, she's already a gun singles player.
Yes.
And now she's getting results in mixed, and I think she's doing very well in gender doubles as well.
Yeah, for sure. One of the other players I wanted to shout out and I thought played really well is Nicola and Rose. So Nicola's got her first PPA gold in women's doubles, and then she was even in the final for mixed doubles with Mitch. So again, we talk about how dominant Danny's been. You know, she got 2 golds in doubles. Nicola's right there.
Yeah. Wow. I think it's so interesting. Like, a year ago or even like 6 months ago, we used to talk about always top 3 male players in Australia. And we were always like, we used to talk about George, Joey, and Mitch.
Yeah.
And now we have top 3 women's. Like, we can actually say you've got Nicola, you've got Danny.
Yep.
And you've got actually 4, I would say. You've got Danny, Nicola, Rose, and Sarah.
Yep. And I'd add
Andy
in there too.
Yeah, so 5 actually. There's 5 females and you can't really pick number 1.
Why?
Gender doubles we can, but if you have to say all 3 categories.
Good point.
Right now for PPA it's Rose because she won the 35K.
Yep.
But just for PPA, Danny's because she's an NPL player, she couldn't play all the events.
Yeah.
So I can't really pick who's the number 1 Australian female pickleball player.
I think it's hard to pick, or even to pick a top 3 swimming, I think is pretty difficult. But why that makes it exciting is because heading into 2026, each one of these females is a genuine threat to take a triple crown.
Yes.
So like you can rock up to watch in person or watch on stream, and you won't actually know who's going to win until the end of the weekend.
That's right. It's not like States, and Ali Water is
Yeah.
going to come and just
Yeah, like it's not
wipe
like don't
everyone.
even bother watching the stream. Like
Yes.
really, like you want to watch this, and you want to watch it from two standpoints. Like you want to watch it one because the pickleball level is crazy here in Australia. It's getting so much better. But you also want to watch to see who's going to win.
Yes.
Although you can just watch our pod and we'll tell you who's going to win too. Like that's an option.
Yes. We're getting our predictions right, so you really don't need
Yeah.
to.
And then a big shout out to Rose, who, like Simi said, took the 35K. Actually, was number one, sort of regardless, I think, of what happened on the weekend.
Yes.
But she just has been so consistent with being successful this year. Hey, Simi.
Yeah, and she looked back to her best at this
Yeah.
tournament. Well done, Rose. Yeah, she looked very good.
Yeah, Simi, was there any other players you wanted to shout out from the weekend?
Joey Farias, showing why he was number one in the world, and he's still, I would say, when he's fit and he's playing his pickleball, he is number one in Australia. George, Joey.
He just has so much experience, eh?
Yes.
You can't buy that.
No.
Yeah. Sumi, we'll now head into Pickleball Fantasy, our recap of Fantasy. I know a few of you guys have been waiting for this. So we'll start with actually our Pickleball Fantasy Melbourne Dream Team. So if you had this team, then you scored the most points, the most possible points. The first player was Danny, who got 2 gold and scored a total of 6 points. The second player was Nicola, who scored a total of 5 points with a gold in women's doubles and a silver in mixed. The third player was Joey Wild, who scored 4 points, taking a bronze in men's doubles and a gold in mixed doubles. And the fourth player, you could have had any one of these three players, Jack Wong, Kim, or Trong. Sumi, there were quite a few people who entered teams. How about we start with how our teams did?
Yes.
So just to recap, Sumi and I actually picked against each other, so we had no repeats. We couldn't pick the same player twice. Sumi's team consisted of George, Joey, Sarah, and Nicola. Sumi had 15 points in fantasy. My team consisted of Wong Nam Lee, Jack Wong, Andy D, and Danny. My team scored 13. So Sumi got one over me on the weekend, scoring more points than me. But there were quite a few of you guys who scored more than both of us. These three people we want to shout out because you just missed out on taking top prize. We had the Pickleball Dentist, who scored 16 points. We had Salty Dinks, who also scored 16 points. And then we had Ben Costin, who scored 16 points. And I think you guys all had roughly the same team. The Pickleball Dentist and Salty Dinks had the same team with George, Joey, Rose, and Danny. And then Costin had George, Joey, Sarah, and Danny. You guys all had the same points. We actually had a 3-way tie, Sumi, for first place. Because Sumi and I are so organised, we're so organised with this, we totally didn't even factor in or consider the possibility of having multiple winners. We will shout out the winners first before we get into how we'll decide who gets the paddle. But our winners were Max Dunn, Nick Mel, and Caleb Mills.
Oh, wow.
All good blokes. All good blokes who clearly know how to play fantasy and clearly know Aussie pickleball.
Yes.
Caleb's team was Wong, Kim, Nicola, and Danny, which totaled 17 points. Max Dunn had George, Joey, Nicola, and Danny, and Nick Mel had that exact same team as Max.
Very interesting, two same teams and one different team, but still getting the same.
Yeah, very interesting. And I think if George and Joey had finished a little bit higher in men's doubles, then there would have only been 2 winners.
Yes.
But we want to thank you all nonetheless for participating. We want to let you know that this Thursday night, we want you to look out for our Instagram live. That's where we'll actually show who wins. We've got a random way to decide a winner who will take the Pro XR paddle. And for the 2 runners up, we've got a $100 gift voucher from Pickleball Superstore. So tune in for our Instagram live on Thursday night to see who takes the paddle. And for the 2 runners-up, we've got a gift card for you both. Again, we're grateful for all your feedback, and we're actually going to take it on board, and you'll see an improved version of fantasy next time we play. But that's our wrap from PPA Melbourne Pickleball Cup. Let us know in the comments what your biggest surprise of the weekend was. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Watch out for the next episode.